found love, for real love. Let this be the real thing. Tell me now, what's on your mind? Whisper soft to me that you want me. There's magic in your fingertips, it's magic when we kiss. I can be myself with you, kiss me now, I insist. Make me yours, just take me now, I'm helpless to resist. Got me so invested in this thing, it's more than just a fling. It's more than just a fling. It's more than just a fling. I can't help that it is more than just a fling. Now I know that it's the real thing, the real thing. Take your time, I'm on a high, high. My body yearns for you to touch me. No, there's magic in your fingertips, it's magic when we kiss. I can be myself with you, kiss me now, I insist. Make me yours, just take me now, I'm helpless to resist. Got me so invested in this thing, it's more than just a fling. It's more than just a fling. It's more than just a fling. I can't help that it is more than just a fling. Now I know that it's the real thing, the real thing.
Hi, everybody. Put it one in the chat if you can hear me. Happy Sunday. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to Paula's Corner, where the truth is delivered with love. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, I greatly appreciate it. I hope everyone's doing well on this Sunday. I hope you had a day full of rest. Like today is the day you go to church. What time worshiping? All right, let me go ahead and make sure y'all can hear me. I think I see some ones coming through. Fantastic. Thank you for joining me, Fem Gems. Hey, Daniel. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Brittany. Thank you for joining me. What's up, Smoke and Talk? I appreciate you for being here with me. I hope everyone's doing well. And thank you, Joker, for your pre-show donation of 99 cents by way of a super sticker. I wish it showed up here. Maybe Streamlabs will get better with that. But again, thank you for all of you. This is a good one. Shouldn't be real long. But I'm excited to talk about this one. All right, y'all. So as you're coming in, I would love to remind you to please like the video.
My name is Jillian. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Canada. The highest level of education completed was high school. I decided not to go to college. And I said I'm single, right?
And then what do you do for work?
I'm a writer.
Okay. It's not for Vice though, right?
No,
Okay.
no. I saw that in the comments.
Yeah, fuck
No.
Vice. Okay. What about you?
Hi, my name is Hollywood. I'm a certified.
Remember, ladies, always keep it classy and never trashy, okay? Always, always, always maintain your decorum. Pay attention to where you are, and always, again, remain a lady, okay? Keep it classy and never trashy. All right. We've got another donation coming in that has come in. Shout out to you, the Real Bravado Network, for your $10 donation, just showing love. I appreciate you for being here with me, sir. I've been seeing you up in these YouTube streets. We all appreciate you, and let me give you what Thank you so much, Real Vibrato Network. Thank you again, sir, for your donation. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. But y'all know I've got a little program, so let me go ahead and keep on going. All right, y'all. So I want to, of course, shout out per usual my last show sponsors. Shout out to SL for your donation. I appreciate you and thank you for being my show sponsor. Thank you to my husband for donating. Thank you, baby. I love you. And thank you for your continuous support financially and morally. And thank you to the Joker. And I've already got Joker's name written down because he donated like to the in the pre, you know what I'm saying? So again, thank you to all of you. And I just saw SL come in. Thank you again for sponsoring last stream. So welcome and thank you for joining me, everybody. Okay, so we've got a good one today, as mentioned. We are going to talk about emotional intelligence. This is something that I said that I wanted to talk about a while ago, and I just never got around to it. Well, today is the day, all right? So we're going to talk about emotional intelligence, of course, as it pertains to marriage and preparation for marriage. And per usual, you know, all of my content is specifically with future wives in mind, specifically for girls and young women who desire to be wives. These are essentially kind of like the big sister, your cousin, or whatever you want to call me, your friend, girlfriend, whatever you want to call me. This is just me coming to you with advice per se, or just conversations to get you thinking and to help encourage you to go ahead and go down the road of self-improvement. So you can get that ring, girl, and so you can be a good wife. Because what do we say over here, y'all? A good wife makes a good and a good what makes a good what? If y'all know it, put it in the chat. What do I say over here, y'all? What do I say over here? A good woman makes a good wife. And a good wife makes a good mother. So again, we're going to talk about emotional intelligence because I think this is something that is really important, and I don't think it's really talked about you know, within the community, within our community, with amongst, you know, women to women within households. So again, I think this is going to be a good one. All right, so let's go ahead and move along. So let me see what I want to show you guys first. All right, y'all. So I have an article for you, but I want to show you this first. I found this image on Pinterest, and I just thought it would be a good little opener just to kind of, again, get your brain going a little bit. So let me show you guys. Hold on. And show. All right. So again, I got this from Pinterest, and it says, control your emotions doesn't mean avoid your emotions. Feel your emotions, understand your emotions, but don't lose your composure. Control your emotions does not mean avoid your emotions. Feel your emotions, understand your emotions, but do not lose your composure. Do not fly off the cuff. Now, I thought this was really fitting, ladies and gentlemen, because I've got some gentlemen in the chat, so thank you for being here. I learned this, I want to say I learned this back in high school. I think I was maybe in conversation or watching something of some sort. I don't remember. It was so long ago. But I remember coming across the knowledge of the importance of understanding and feeling your emotions, of understanding and feeling what you've got going on, essentially within your body. You see what I'm saying? So ladies, if you're upset, right? Your man upsets you. What happens? You feel an attitude arising, maybe tears, because personally I'm a crier. So when I'm upset, I cry. When I'm happy, I cry. When I'm angry, I cry. Not like boo-hoo, but the tears start to well up. I'm a little crybaby. My husband calls me a crybaby. I really am. But I'm still aware of my emotions. So anyway, ladies, feeling your emotions. What happens when you're a man, or when someone in general angers you or frustrates you or makes you upset? Your body temperature rises, thoughts start moving within your mind. Maybe you want to respond. Maybe you're trying to figure out how to respond, or what you're going to respond with, how shady you're going to be or not shady you're going to be, how much you're going to feel to yourself, and all of these things, right? These are the internal things that happen within your mind and within your heart, and literally within your body. Again, your body temperature rises. Maybe if sometimes, when you get angry enough or upset enough, maybe you start to sweat. Your heart begins to pump out of your chest. So pay attention to those things, ladies, when with any situation, but especially in situations in which you aren't pleased, in which you're angry, in which you're, again, having an argument or a heated conversation. You want to be aware of what's going on within your body. Feel it. Literally talk to yourself and say to yourself, okay, I'm angry. What they're saying, I don't agree with. It's making me feel some type of way. I'm upset, or whatever, how you're feeling, right? And then also pay attention again to those thoughts that are coming within your mind in terms of your responses to things, right? Your possible responses. If you're gonna use the dagger that you have loaded, because maybe this is your man, so his fears or his secrets or his goals and things of that nature, right? Or are you gonna go lighter? Come on, ladies. Do not front on here. You hear me?
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
Don't be fronting. We all, especially in relationship, have things to say or know of things that we could say that could upset him. So pay attention to those thoughts. And you need to reject those thoughts from coming into your mind. You need to reject those. You need to correct yourself, because that's what improves your heart. That's what improves your attitude. So things don't start spilling out of your mouth that can be damaging or detrimental. You see what I'm saying? This is emotional intelligence. Use your logic, ladies. In spite of you being the emotional being, still use your logic and pay attention to the things that you are thinking within your mind and in your heart. Because, ladies, I always say over here, it's a heart check. What's in your mind? What's in your heart comes to your mind, and then what's in your mind flows out of your mouth. So you need to check your heart first. So that's why I'm saying, ladies, pay attention to the thoughts that are coming up in your mind during these times. And if it is unhealthy, again, if it's a dagger that you could use, you need to reject that to essentially purge it from out of your mind, so it doesn't become something that is damaging to your relationship. Okay, so okay, Fem Gems, I see you. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Hi, Femininity TV. Hi, Sheila. Hey, Theo. Thanks for joining me, everybody. So pay attention to the thoughts and things that are coming up in your mind, right? Understand it. Figure out why you're feeling this way, right? Say to yourself, I am feeling this way because. I am feeling this way because. That's to understand your stuff. Controlling your emotions doesn't mean avoid your emotions. Feel your emotions. Feel the anger. Feel the frustration. Feel whatever your body's doing. Understand it, the why. So examine yourself again. Why am I upset? Why is my body reacting this way? Okay. Let me write. I just remember I need to write down bravado, y'all. I always like to shout everyone out who gave financial support. Okay. Understand it. Why am I feeling this way? What is my body doing? But don't lose yourself. Don't lose your decorum. Don't lose your class. Don't lose your demeanor because you're feeling this way. Because you're upset. But controlling your emotions, ladies, does not mean to avoid them. So that means you can very well express them, but don't be damaging in the way you express them. Use emotional intelligence to help you overcome this angry Black woman syndrome, this angry, attituded up Black woman or Latino woman or whatever you are, right? Woman stereotype, but I'm a Black woman, so shout out to Michonne. I'm a Black woman, right? I'm a Black woman. So to get over that angry Black woman stereotype, right, is using emotional intelligence to your advantage to be able to improve your communication skills, to be able to improve your relationships, and to make you a better woman, because that's the goal. Because a good woman makes a good wife, and a good wife makes a good mother. Okay, let me get to what Fem Jim said real quick. I want to learn how to respond more gracefully and not be so reactionary. I've done a lot of work, but it can be even better. Absolutely, even myself, girl. Like, there is no one's above reproach. Like, I'm not even above correction, even though I'm married. Not at all. I still have my moments where I'm moody or whatever the case is. Y'all, I'm pregnant, so I'm definitely moody. Much more often than what I would be not pregnant. Okay. Hi, Mona. Thank you for joining me. How to respond more gracefully? This is what I do, right? I would give recommendations based on what I do, but still, of course, cater it to your personality. So when my husband irritates me or makes me upset and he expects some type of response from me, because ladies, newsflash, in case you didn't know, even sometimes when you're having arguments, or if your man has to check you or whatever, he's going to require a response from you sometimes. And you're not going to want to talk maybe in that moment. At least that's how I am. But you're going to have to respond sometimes. So you need to be prepared for that. Okay? So in moments like that especially, this is what I do. I take the information in, right? I'm feeling my emotions. I'm understanding my emotions. I'm paying attention to the thoughts that are coming in my mind. And I breathe. I literally just and then I ensure that the words that come to mind to say in terms of my response or why am I upset, it comes out as clear as possible, and I pay attention to my tone. So let's say if my husband says, you understand what I'm saying? You hear where I'm coming from? I go something like this. Yes, I do. A variation of that, I try to control my face, y'all. Sometimes my face gets balled up. And I'm working on it, but I'm a lot better. But I say, yes, of course. Answer the question first. And then next I say, I want to apologize for maybe offending you or making you feel disrespected. This is just where I'm coming from. I felt this way, or I responded this way because of X, Y, and Z. As clear and concise as possible. No attitude, no neck rolling. And that way you can get your message across to him as clear as possible without him not being offended, but without you rubbing off on him wrong because your tone is disrespectful. You see what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. So, I don't have a specific thing. You have to kind of tell me, maybe a situation, and then maybe I can kind of cater a little bit more, but just pay attention to what's going on internally, breathe, still remain respectful, be clear, concise, and respond. So that way your message is heard without people looking at you like, oh, she got an attitude, or getting offended by your tone or your response, because you allowed your emotions to overshadow your mode of communication. Exactly, Sheila. Emotions are temporary. So it's not wise to make any decisions based off of them. Exactly. Your emotions are temporary, ladies. Your emotions come and go and blow left and right like the wind. You woke up irritated, now you're happy, now you're hungry, now you're excited because one of your friends texts you some exciting news, and you're irritated again because you got to sit in traffic, and then you're happy and relieved to have gotten to work, and all this and all of that. Emotions are temporary, so don't make decisions off of that. Road rage incidents happen because people act on their emotions rather than their logic. Something temporary, permanent results can things that are permanent can happen based off of something that's temporary, such as emotions. So you don't want to, again, move based on your emotions. What do Eugene say? Feelings are not reliable guides for determining what is right and wrong. A friend of mine. Awesome. And hi, Eugene. Thanks for joining me. Yeah. Feelings are not reliable guides for determining what is right and wrong. And that's why another thing, ladies, and we're going to move on. Another thing, because we're almost already half an hour through this, and I want to get to this article, is, y'all, why did I lose my train of thought? Pregnancy brain. But anyway, yeah. Feelings are not reliable guides for determining what is right or wrong. Oh, feelings. That's what it is. Ladies, that's why you really should work on taking the phrase out of your language of I feel. I try to be very specific when I say I feel. When I have an opinion and use my feminine logic in a situation, I say, I think. This is what I think. This is what's on my mind. This is what's on my brain. Ladies, adjust your language to strengthen the message that you're trying to convey. I feel does not sound sturdy or firm enough for someone to take it seriously. When you're talking to your man, say, I think. When you're at work, say, I think. Stop saying, I feel. That's annoying. Because your feelings could be different for the next person's. But logic is logic. 2 + 2 is 4. Well, I feel like today is 4.5 because the wind blew that way, and then the way my hair blew, and then my eye was itching, and then no one's going to take that serious, sis. That does not carry a strong message. Anyway, let's get to what's next. All right, y'all. So let's get into this article. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I clicked the wrong thing. And please like the video, everybody. Please like the video. Says it. All right, yes. Okay. So I forgot to put this link in the description box. Hopefully I remember after. Okay. So this is an article that I came across by way of Life and Health Network, lifeandhealth.org. Okay, so this article is on emotional intelligence. Exactly, Daniel. Feelings are not facts. Exactly. Okay. Have you ever been in a heated argument with someone or in a twisted game of you said, I said, or no, I didn't mean it like that. This is what I meant. Or please explain yourself to me because I don't understand. Yes, that kind of conversation. I think we all have traveled down that winding road before. It's amazing how we can have such diverse perspectives on a similar event. This is primarily because primarily because we differ from one another, not just body language, but also in your mental image, how we think, move, and perceive the world around us. We are entitled to our emotions, to feel them, to express them, and to be responsible for them. Okay? And what do the other things say, ladies? Control your emotions does not mean avoid your emotions. Feel your emotions, understand your emotions, but do not lose your composure. AKA, we are entitled to our emotions, to feel them, to express them, and also to be responsible for them. You are responsible for yourself. You are responsible for your responses. Yes, someone's triggered you, but how do you respond to you being triggered? You being triggered does not give you the okay to become disrespectful, to start demeaning people, to get violent, to get deceitful, vengeful, conniving, cunning. That doesn't give you a pass just because someone triggers you, just because you don't like what someone said, ladies. Even when you're angry, you are supposed to keep your composure. Even when you're angry, you're supposed to remain a lady and use your emotional intelligence in order not to, again, damage a relationship. You don't want to go around starting fires everywhere you go. Okay? I guarantee that throughout the course of a given day, you will experience an array of emotions, joy, impatience, frustration, contentment, sadness, anxiety, anticipation, depending on the event and how they are unfolded. We are the physical expression of our genetic makeup. Therefore, the way in which you experience, process, and express emotions is a result of both, nature and nurture. Okay. What this means is that emotions are a part of your genetic legacy and the combination of every experience starting from the day you were born. Hi, Dre. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you. Please drop every content creator's information in the chat. Feel free to. The way in which we express our emotions may be due to personality. You may be the type of person who expresses emotions openly, or perhaps you tend to keep them to yourself. Either way, your emotions have a major effect on your behavior, your words, your actions, your facial expressions, and they determine and affect how you will navigate your day-to-day life. Can you imagine a world without any form of emotion? Not a pretty sight or state. Emotional intelligence can be described as the ability, so this is emotional intelligence, ladies, can be expressed as the ability to perceive, control, and evaluate emotions. Again, ladies, EQ, aka emotional intelligence, can be described as the ability to perceive, control, have some discipline, y'all, please, and evaluate emotions, your emotions and others, right? Studies have suggested that emotional intelligence can be learned and strengthened over the course of one's life. We're here to strengthen your emotional intelligences, while others suggest it's an inborn personality trait with very little room for improvement. Yeah, I disagree with that. Yeah, I think it's both. Okay. So, studies have identified 4 different levels of emotional intelligence. The lowest levels include perception and expression and expressing emotion, while higher levels require greater efforts of conscious involvement regulating emotions. So it's not you don't need to be a child. You're saying you want to be a wife, but you act like a 2-year-old when someone upsets you. That's a problem. You're not ready to be a wife to a masculine man, because a masculine man is going to check you a few times. Okay? But it's going to wear on him. It's going to become annoying. And no man who has a career and things of that nature always wants to deal with a woman who is off the cuff, deal with a woman who doesn't know how to conduct her emotions, how to conduct herself in an adult feminine manner. Stop acting like a 2-year-old. Hi, Project Leroy. Thanks for joining me. Exactly, SL. Yeah, I agree. Oh, come on, y'all. I agree with the former. EQ can definitely be worked on and improved upon over time. Exactly. I agree with that. Like, you can't tell me that I can't improve my emotional intelligence. Like, that doesn't make sense. If I can become more intellectual or smarter or more smart by reading books and, different, scholarly journals and consuming content of a particular subject, I'm going to become more knowledgeable. Like, that wouldn't make sense. Okay. Exactly. It takes a conscious effort. Exactly. All right, y'all. So, emotional perception. This involves understanding nonverbal signals, body language, and facial expressions, again, of others. Also, the ability to reason using emotions. Emotions help promote thinking and cognitive ability. So, I'm not saying, future wives, I'm not saying to be stoic. I'm not saying if something happens and internally it triggers you, but you're like, whoop, I have to be emotionally intelligent and just be like a guy, like I can't show emotions. No, that's not what I'm saying. But you have to be able to control them and to use them to the betterment of the situation, or for the betterment of the situation. The ability to understand emotions. The emotions that we practice can be vague. Therefore, it is critical to understand the emotions of others correctly to avoid confusion, negativity, and assumption. So, of course, we're talking about within the confines of marriage. So, you're getting to know your man. You're getting to know this man. So that means you're going to get to know what his triggers are. You're going to get to know what his facial expressions are, or maybe you said something you shouldn't have, and maybe he has a certain facial expression where he's like, well, dang, you're going to get to know those things over time. But you want to come into the relationship already practicing emotional maturity and understanding what emotional intelligence is, just so you can be aware, from the start, in order to quickly build a strong and sturdy foundation of communication, of relationship. When you have that ability, in my opinion, that can increase the respect a man has for you as a woman, because he understands, yes, she's a woman, she's naturally emotional, but she doesn't allow her emotions to completely overturn any form of logic that she has, which means she is not a liability to me in the future. You see what I'm saying? Do you see where I'm going, ladies? A man wants to ensure that you are not going to be a liability. You are a liability if you cannot control your emotions. You are a liability if you cannot read the room. Y'all, if you were here for my last stream, I talked about bad neighbor. I talked about bad neighbor. This woman, she was the woman who had some car trouble, and she is essentially solicited my husband to assist her because he is mechanically knowledgeable, and he helped her a few times. But then it became again and again and again and again and again, and eventually I said, over it, right? So this lady, this is bad neighbor. Something else about bad neighbor that I didn't tell you all is bad neighbor seriously lacked emotional intelligence. Okay. I eventually started to avoid her, because every time I saw her, she was ready to have a 30-minute conversation. like outside, like in passing in the parking lot, y'all. Bad neighbor didn't know how to close her mouth. I can tell some of you all didn't have mothers and grandmamas and aunties and big brothers and big sisters and people at a young age to tell you to close your mouth. Sorry if I hurt your feelings. She would just ramble and ramble and ramble, just divulge all types of information to me about her life that frankly I didn't ask for, because we weren't cool like that. We just lived in the same place. That's it. And I was friendly to her. I was nice to her. You know, I'm not gonna just be rude just because I don't know you or anything, or because I'm not the biggest fan of you, right? But that woman, and she was older than me. That woman, she just pop, 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 pop. She wouldn't close her yapper, y'all. She couldn't tell that I wasn't interested in having this long conversation. She couldn't tell that my responses were short and vague because I was ready to go on about my day. She didn't know how to read the room. So emotional intelligence, ladies, include knowing how to read the room. The ability to understand emotions, ladies. Also, lastly, this fourth one here. The ability to manage emotions. The ability to manage emotions effectively is the most crucial part of emotional intelligence and the highest level. Regulating one's self-emotions and responding appropriately to the emotions of others are vital aspects of emotional management and intelligence. Okay, so please, y'all, remind me to put this link down in the chat. Okay, one more thing I want to read because I know this is long. I don't want to bore you with this article. Exactly, SL. No respect for my time. Exactly. That's so rude. I would never hold someone up like that. Okay. And as you increase in emotional intelligence, you will be able to apply and master the below items when they are presented. The ability to accept criticism and responsibility. And ladies, we know women do not receive criticism very well. So when you increase your emotional intelligence, you will be able to accept criticism better, as well as responsibility, aka being accountable. Being accountable for your mistakes, being accountable for the things of your past, being accountable for the things that you just said, being accountable for the things that you should retake responsibility of as a grown woman. Increasing your emotional intelligence does not just mean that you're going to be some goddess of emotions and there's no lane or no situation included in that in which you're going to have to essentially decrease yourself, your ego, your female pride, your feminine pride for the betterment of everyone else, yourself, your relationship, your children, your future. You're going to have to take accountability. You're going to have to be able to take criticism. That'll improve and increase your worth as a woman and as a future wife. And it doesn't always feel good, but it's necessary, ladies. Okay? Also, the ability to move on from a mistake, to be able to say no when necessary. Ladies, being a feminine woman doesn't mean you're a yes woman. It means you're willing to give. It means you're willing to help, but you also know when to say no. Okay? Don't allow society to make you think that being feminine and submissive and all those things mean you're weak, mean you're always saying yes, because that's not what that means. Okay? The ability to express your feelings with others and understanding of how to mutually solve problems. The ability to express empathy, improve listening skills, and awareness as to why you do things you do, and resist casting judgment on others. Okay. So we're done with that, y'all. Woo, we got through it. Sorry if I bored you. Sorry if I bored you with that. But I think it's a really good read. Let me go ahead and put that in the chat really quick. All right, here's the link to the article. Hopefully I will remember to put it in the description box because I forgot. And I encourage you, future wives, to reread that article and take in the information and say to yourself, even as FemGems said, she says she's worked on herself, but there is always room for improvement. Hello, that is the makings of a future wife. There is always room for improvement. As a current wife, there is always room for me to improve. Okay. Again, I want to highlight working on your emotional intelligence strengthens your communication skills, strengthens your self-awareness, and also creates and builds better relationships and romantic relationships, and of course, right, and even friends and family relationships. Again, I want to remind you, ladies, and again, this is something I learned in high school, and it's something I have practiced and still practice, and this has helped me tremendously. When you're upset, when you're triggered, don't respond immediately. Pay attention to how your body feels. Pay attention to your body's reactions. Pay attention to the thoughts that are going on within your mind before opening your yapper, sis. Keep your mouth closed. This is an internal process, okay? Filter out the BS. If there's a dagger that has come up, as I said earlier, like if this is your man, if you know you can say something that'll truly be offensive or that'll get up under his skin, you need to reject that dagger because you need that to exit up out your heart, because what you don't want to do is if something does slip out of your mouth, it's not that, because again, daggers are damaging. Pay attention to the things that are going on within your mind. Reject anything that is poisonous. Reject anything that is damaging. Filter. I'm not saying you have to not say how you're feeling, but you need to be respectful and you need to be clear. So that's what I mean when I say filter. And then breathe, because that's what I need to do. I need to breathe. Make sure that tone that comes out your mouth isn't condescending, isn't like filled with attitude, and then respond. Y'all, I know, ladies, it may sound like a lot to do, but if you start today, you're gonna wake up later and realize, like, wow, now I can do that process quick, fast, and in a hurry. And it has made me a better listener. It has made me a better communicator. It has made me not as quick to respond, as we've talked about. FemGem says your triggers are your teachers. Explore those triggers, right? Explore them. Don't ignore them. Deal with them. But again, as I said earlier, y'all, just because you're triggered, just because someone triggers you, doesn't mean that gives you a right to start playing the dozens, to start becoming violent, to start to be irrational and uncontrollable. Okay? Hi, NW. Thanks for joining me. I think it's my first time seeing you. Yappers. Yep. Yeah. Okay. We've got a little bit more, but we're going to be ending soon. But I want to remind you all to please, as Mona has reminded y'all in the chat, please like the
My name is Jillian. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Canada. The highest level of education completed was high school. I decided not to go to college. And I said I'm single, right?
And then what do you do for work?
I'm a writer.
Okay. It's not for Vice though, right?
No,
Okay.
no. I saw that in the comments.
Yeah, fuck
No.
Vice. Okay. What about you?
Hi, my name is Hollywood. I'm a certified.
Come on, ladies. Keep it classy and never trashy. Always, always, always. All right. So, I know I said close your yapper and NW thinks it's funny, but I'm serious, y'all. In addition to closing your yapper, closing your mouth, closing your pothole, open your ears, close your mouth and open your ears. Listen more and listen to respond. Excuse me, don't listen to respond. Close your mouth and don't listen to respond. Listen to listen. Listen to gather information. Listen to understand what this individual is saying. Listen to understand what your man is saying, why he's upset, why you shouldn't have done what you did, why your attitude and or tone affects him, why he feels disrespected, why the reason as to why you were disrespectful, because more than likely if he's saying he felt disrespected or you disrespected him, more than likely you did. So you need to listen to figure out what are my left and right limits according to this man's masculinity. Hello. Because remember, ladies, you're getting on his program, right? You want to be a wife, right? You want to be his wife, right? So that means you're going to have to listen to him to understand how to love him better, to understand how to be his, how to use your feminine light in his life. Don't just listen to respond. Listen to listen. Listen to understand. Listen again to gather information and then respond appropriately. Pay attention to your actions. Show empathy as in, how would you feel in this situation? How would you feel if he did that to you, sis? No ifs, ands, or buts. How would you feel, truly? How would you have responded? And tie and wrap that around what he's telling you. And then fix it. Improve upon it. That's how you become a better woman. A good woman makes a good wife, and a good wife makes a good mother. And guess what, ladies? When you work on your emotional intelligence for self-improvement in mind, right? With the purpose of, preparing for marriage, preparing for the ring, preparing for the man, improving your emotional intelligence, increasing your emotional intelligence will also help you in motherhood. Okay? So, for example, when my little boy falls off of the bed or falls off of the couch, and this happens, especially since he's crawling, he can do everything now but walk. He can do everything but walk, and he's so close. My baby's so close. He'll fall down. And naturally, as mama, I'm like, oh, my baby, he fell. I got to get my baby. Make sure he's okay. Right? It's natural. But then my husband's like, he's okay. He's a boy. Look at him. He's all right. Because I'm already like, when my baby falls. And what happens if my baby sees me panicking like, oh, my baby fell? Then he's going to be like, he's going to think something's wrong, and he's going to get frantic, and he's going to cry. because mama didn't think about how her actions, about her expressions would affect him, especially as his parental figure. So my husband, even now, and my son, they're teaching me even further what emotional intelligence looks like. And so now when my baby falls, I kind of go like, and I look at him to see how he fell, what position is he in now, and look at his facial expression to see if he's truly hurt or if he's kind of like, "Ooh, whoa, that was surprising, but I'm good." Okay? Your emotional intelligence affects your husband. Your emotional intelligence affects your children. And when you have emotional intelligence, ladies, that's when you can teach your daughters how to also have emotional intelligence, how to also not act like a spoiled brat, how to also not always be entitled. That helps build resilience in our children. Exactly. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for joining me, Blog Father. I appreciate you, and thank you for joining. Ladies, the things that we discuss here is not only about you preparing to get a man. It's about you improving yourself first as a woman, as a person, as an adult, as an individual, thus increasing your value, thus increasing your feminine value, thus making your wife resume looking spick and span, right? And then also, these things help you build a good foundation toward being at least a decent mom, right? This goes full circle. Let's build healthy habits. Let's build healthy emotional habits. We're building healthy emotional habits, cognitive habits, bodily habits, such as what do we talk about over here, y'all? Going to work out, going to the gym, not consuming trash, literally through your pie hole, not consuming trash through content. Because when you consume trash, you dispel trash, you expel trash, you deliver trash, low quality, low budget, bottom of the barrel, needs some help. Hi, Janessa. I'm so happy you were able to join me. I hope you're doing well, man. These things also help you improve or help you in motherhood, ladies. And I'm a new mom still, but I already see how these things, how increasing my femininity has helped me become a better woman, a better wife, and helping me through the woes, the ebbs and flows of motherhood. Okay? But that's all I have for y'all today. Health is wealth. Exactly, Daniel. Exactly. I appreciate y'all for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Let me go ahead and shout out my... Hey, Chantel. Girl, you have to catch the replay. We about to end. But thank you for being here, sis. We're going to reschedule, y'all. Chantel is in the building. My good sis. We are going to reschedule. It's okay, girl. You got things to do. You have a life. You got a job. We're gonna reschedule this conversation about how you're the wife before the ring. But yeah, y'all, we about to get up out of here. But I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. I want to shout out my everyone who donated. Let me write down because y'all would hate to forget. All right, so thank you so much to the Joker for donating. Thank you to the Real Bravado Network for being today's show sponsor. And thank you to Theo for his super sticker stamp. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here with me. And again, that's all I have for you today. If you, what do I usually say, y'all? Oh, the truth has been signed, sealed, and delivered by yours truly. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you like the content you see, then please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new uploads. And if you will so kindly, please send this video to any girls or young women who you think would benefit from this information. And until next time, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.